Have you ever had one of those days where it starts off crazy and it ends crazy and everything in between? She was late for work, got to work, and all this preparation for the day was not all done. So she started behind even more. But then the clients were calling and the phone's going off the hook, and all of the stuff that she was supposed to get done kept on being pushed behind in order to take care of that situation that was coming up, the emergency that was there in front of them. And then at the end of the day, can you stay a few hours? The person relieving you is not coming in. Yes, because I'm working so that I can get a little bit more money so we can pay off a bill, because once we pay off that bill, we're going to have a little bit more peace. And so for the next 2 hours, the chaos continues. Go home to the family. Oh, it's home. It's my place of peace. And of course, chaos. The children, the animals, everybody has a need. My science project is due tomorrow. And we don't have all of the material to get it done. Brothers and sisters fighting, chaos ensues. But I always believed life would be so fulfilled if I had a family. I would have peace if only somebody loved me. Spouse comes home and they had a bad day, and there's still arguments and chaos, and there's no peace even there. We fill our lives with a lot of things that we think and want to give us peace. If we just have enough money, if we just had a relationship, if that person just responded right, if this, and our peace keeps on being stolen away from us. Israel had the same issue. When we get to the prophets, whether it's Isaiah, Jeremiah, Amos, Zechariah, Zephaniah, Malachi, Hosea, no matter where we are in the Hebrew scriptures, Israel is hearing all these other voices and running to all these other voices. Bring me peace. In the West, Egypt is a powerhouse. We need to make peace with them so they don't come in and steal our land and take us into bondage. Oh, but in the east, there's the Assyrians that are rising up, and then the Babylonians are rising up, and we need to make peace with them, and maybe all those little nations and cities in between us to our north and east, if we make friends with them, we're going to have peace. They're running to everybody to try to have peace. And Isaiah the prophet is listening for God and saying, wait, God promised us peace. God promised that God would be the one who brings us peace and would arbitrate and make peace between nations. And if we're living and loving God and loving each other, then people are going to be drawn here, because people don't want to come to a place that is not at peace. We flee those unpeaceful places, and we go to where there is peace. And so, be the people of God, Isaiah is saying, because the promise is the lion is going to lay down with the lamb. The promise is God is going to bring peace among all nations through you. And it starts now in how you're living. Too often, we give up our own power. We abdicate it to other people. I would have peace if it wasn't for them. I would love my job if it wasn't for my coworker. I would love my job if it wasn't for my boss. I would have peace if my spouse just changed. I would have peace if if, and we take our power and we give it to somebody else and we let them steal our joy and our peace and our hope. And Advent says, no, Christ was born to bring us that peace, that love, that joy, that hope, that in us, no matter what's going on and how anybody else is, I can worship God with zest on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because I have peace in the midst of a storm. I have joy in the midst of a storm. I can have a heart that's breaking and still find peace and hope. My baby blanket is not a blanket anymore. It's my Savior. But I need to participate. I need to participate in that peace. If I want peace, I need to be a peacemaker. Martin Luther King Jr. said, darkness doesn't drive out darkness. Hatred can't drive out hatred. Only light, only love can do that. Gandhi is often quoted as saying, there is no path to peace, but peace. And then I've also seen that attributed to Jimi Hendrix or something. So whoever said it, it's a great quote, because that's the truth, and that's what Jesus is saying. If you want peace on the earth, if you want peace in your relationships, if you want peace in your community, then it's us. It happens here. I become the peacemaker. I don't wait until the plowshares are being created out of the weapons by my neighbors. I take my weapons and I beat them into plowshares. Take something that's an instrument of death and turn it into something that cultivates life. And so in my words, in my thinking about other people, how am I taking the weapons of words and changing them into life-giving agents? Isaiah is not saying you have to wait. Isaiah is saying join the process now. Begin it now. Here and now. So as the praise band comes and sets up to sing a song for us, as they come, I'm going to invite you to, as the praise band comes, I'm going to invite you to think of ways that you can change the words in your head. That you think of somebody you disagree with or that you're having arguments with. I'm going to invite you to change the words you use with the people around you. And how can you say, even when you're angry, words that give life instead of words that tear down and take life from? I invite you to think of the person that you need to make peace with. I invite you, as you listen to this song, to say a prayer and say, make me a peacemaker. So let us hear. I need a silent night.